I believe that the Bible and its wisdom has answers that can help solve almost any problem in 2026, most especially the dropping testosterone rate that's been taking place 1% a year ever since the 80s. Please watch this. I'm not going to cover the entire video. I'm only going to cover maybe like a minute and a half just to make the point across.
You're a goddamn disgrace!
Well, that's breaking the third commandment. Way too common today.
I drank a beer.
Stone Cold.
I drank another beer. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers.
Oh, the WWF days were legendary.
Nobody does it better.
I'm so glad I got over this problem. Never really had a problem with pornography. It was mainly me just doing the action first person, being a man whore. Yes. I've seen gentlemen with this problem.
Why are you gay?
Yeah.
Who says you're gay?
It's very common.
You are gay.
Especially with the diet. Yeah. Everyone's indoors. When you work a job, you're indoors. Yeah. This is also something that I've had to moderate and cut back myself. 95% of what's in grocery stores is pure poison. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop the video right here. Okay, so here's the thing. In 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13, it says, "Stay alert, stand firm in the faith, be strong, act like men." And verse 14 says, and I love this one, "Everything you do must be done in love." How on earth are we supposed to be strong and act like men if testosterone levels are in the toilet and most men feel like garbage today? There's a multitude of factors as to why this is. And here's the thing, though. The Bible has all the answers to this problem, and I will explain some of them in short detail. In the book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 15, it says, "Health and fitness is more valuable than all gold. A strong body more so than wealth without measure." Here's the thing, men, I'm talking to you. As someone that used to be a licensed personal trainer under the American Council of Exercise, let me ask you a very important question. When was the last time you gone out and actually trained muscles 4 times a week? 2 times for the upper body, 2 times for the abs, and 2 times for the lower body. 4 times a week. Upper body abs, lower body abs, upper body abs, lower body abs. When was the last time you did that split? 4 days a week, just train muscles. When was the last time you did that? Seriously, ask yourself that question. Speaking of which, when was the last time you did 150 minutes of cardio a week? Probably like, I couldn't even tell you the last time I even took a walk on a treadmill, let alone did 150 minutes of cardio a week. That's one of the main problems today, unfortunately. And here's the thing. What really gets people apprehensive to go into the gym is, well, judgment. They believe they're going to be judged based on their performance by everyone looking around them. Here's the thing. You got to lock in. You got to seriously not worry about any of that whatsoever and just focus on your own intensity, focusing on your own safety, focusing on doing the reps properly, and focusing on what you need to do. Because frankly speaking, nobody really cares what you're doing. I'm going to be honest with you. Most people are just minding their own business, trying to focus on what they are doing. Here's another contention that I see quite a bit from people in the gym as far as not wanting to go to the gym. It's the fuel they put in their body. And this right here kind of describes that when it comes to the BPA and having high estrogenic foods that are in your system. And that's done by design, by the way. The Food and Drug Administration is not your friend. They are in bed. They are in lockstep with Big Pharma. So that way they can keep people poisoned and unhealthy. So that way they can get Big Pharma to sell you pharmaceuticals for a premium and keep you basically in bondage to them. But that's contrary to Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor. The borrower is a slave to the lender. It is much cheaper, my friends, to be preventative, to be proactive, than to be forever indebted with hospital bills and pharmaceuticals that you cannot afford. Trust me when I say it's 150 minutes of cardio a week and training muscles 4 times a week is a lot less cheaper today. And eating healthy is a lot less cheaper today than it is to have hospital bills out the wazoo, pharmaceuticals out the wazoo, with the American healthcare system being as broken as it is, and with the insurance that is broken in this country as it is. That is my main takeaway message. I used to be a nursing student, mind you, before I got into personal training, because I wanted to switch paradigms from taking care of the sick and injured to keeping people away from the hospitals, keeping people out of pharmaceuticals that I would normally have to give them as a nurse, an RN. Instead, I want to be a personal trainer to keep folks out of the hospitals, being preventative, using preventative medicine. Here's the thing. A lot of people do not know how to eat well. Unfortunately, 95% of what's in your grocery stores, when I look around with my own anecdotal evidence, my own two eyes, I'm like, that's poison, that's out to kill me, that's over there to send me to Big Pharma, high fructose corn syrup, trisodium phosphate, paint thinners literally in your cereals. Look at your ingredients on your foods. Honestly speaking, we need to go back to the Bible and how they ate, our ancestors ate. Single ingredient foods. When you put good things into your car to fuel it, it performs well. It performs adequately. Same thing with your body, which is even more important than your car. It's your lifelong temple. Don't you know that your temple is a temple for the Holy Spirit, your body? Why not give it good foods, a food offering, like in the days of Israel, they would give food offerings to Yahweh. Your body is that temple for Yahweh, the Holy Spirit, to live in. Give it good food offerings. I'm talking meat, eggs, fish, fruits, vegetables, almonds, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, 85% cacao or greater. I know some people can't stand 100%, it's too bitter. I get that. Go 85%, that's fine. But if you eat just those 8 foods right there, you are covering so many nutrient deficiencies that most people have, vitamin D being one of them. You need vitamin D in order to have testosterone production. You need zinc in your diet, which can come from the pumpkin seeds, which has zinc and magnesium in tandem. One of the best testosterone boosting foods in the planet, in tandem with meat. I personally like to go with a grass-fed 93.7 lean ground beef. That's my favorite, personally speaking. Salmon is one of the best protein and healthy fat sources of all time. Absolutely love it. Eggs are now very much affordable. They used to be $5 a carton, but now they're back to what, $1.66? For me, at least, in my state where I live in. But the thing is that having those type of single ingredient foods is 10 billion% better than having anything from McDonald's, fast food, or anything that you cannot control what goes into your food. Now granted, unless you are a farmer, there's no way you can have 100% control as to what goes into your food. But we can mitigate this to make it as simple as humanly possible and still make it taste great. That's one of the main reasons why people can't eat well, because they don't know how to make their foods taste amazing so they can stick to their nutritional plan, not their diet, because I believe the word diet is something that's only temporary. But a nutrition plan is something you could stick with for the rest of your life. So that's something people need to get educated on. And I'm willing to have conversations with anyone to get educated, because unfortunately most people are uneducated in terms of this matter, and in several other matters in which I have experience in. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. But also another thing that's really very, very important to testosterone levels for men, to be strong, to be of good courage, to stand firm in the faith, to act like men, is sleep. Most people sleep like garbage, unfortunately, because they're too busy with their main idol in their life, and that is their phone, which is a crying shame, because people are addicted to their phone. It's their idol, sadly, and they always have to have their face into their phone like it's a face hugger from Aliens, which is a crying shame, which ruins your sleep, your deep REM sleep. And for men, just so you know, we produce our testosterone during deep REM sleep. Oh yeah, you know that? Forget everything that you thought about nutrition and the gym. That's nice and all, but if you can't recover properly from your training, doesn't matter, because if you don't sleep well, none of it matters whatsoever. So you need to have that 3-legged stool. You need to have the nutrition side down point, on point. You need to have your training on point as well. 150 minutes of cardio a week, bare minimum if I do say so myself. 4 times a week for muscle train, upper body abs, lower body abs. Another couple of times, upper body abs, lower body abs. That's what I do personally. I can't tell you what to do. I just do what I do personally. And then the nutrition side of it all. So fish, meat, eggs, dark chocolate, almonds, pumpkin seeds, fruits, vegetables. That's all I eat. That's it. That's all I eat. And frankly speaking, and milk as well, lactose-free milk. Other than that, that's basically all I eat. I don't have any nutrient deficiencies whatsoever. None. Nothing to speak of. Also sleeping. I take my recovery a little bit seriously. I actually take melatonin gummies to help me get that deep, deep sleep. So I don't mess around when it comes to that, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Me personally, I just take it seriously. So that's what I do personally. But yeah, ultimately speaking, how on earth are we supposed to go out and preach the good news to all creation? We feel like garbage 100% of the time. And that's what the society wants men to feel like garbage, to feel weakened. So that way they can be easier to control. And unfortunately, that's basically what's going on today. And a lot of men do not know what to do to fix it. But the Bible gives you the answers as to how to fix it. They teach you how the Israelites eat, how our ancestors used to eat. They didn't eat processed, ultra-processed garbage filled with high fructose corn syrup with trisodium phosphate and other ingredients, additives that are carcinogenic at very worst. And we need to go back to the way things were. Eating single ingredient foods that are good for us, that are made by our Creator, by Yahweh, for He knows what's best for us. And He knows if we do His will, we turn to Him, things will go well for us. But that's something that I hope more people can embrace as we go forward from 2026, because there's a lot of potential in men, but a lot of it's sealed away because they're not as healthy as they should be. Testosterone is something that God gave us to dominate, to take control of our responsibilities and take control of our lives, with us turning our face toward Him and not turning our back to Him. But yeah, that's basically all I wanted to mention in this video. I have a lot of passion for this topic, so I wanted to bring this conversation to the forefront. All glory to my great King for giving me the knowledge, wisdom, and discernment, and the gift of evangelism and teaching, so that way I can give this playbook from me to you with love, truth, and grace. All glory to my great King.